and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the 17th lecture of Unit 2, and in this lecture we will discuss constant use in C. So let's begin. So let us first understand what do you mean by a constant. A constant is a value that does not change. A constant can be stored inside a variable. We have already discussed about what is a variable. Whenever you declare a variable, let's say a, then what will happen? A specific location will be created inside the memory, and that location name is treated as a. Now you can store any value into this particular space. So this is called a named memory location or called a variable. So a constant is something whose value is constant, and we are going to store those values in this particular space. For instance, consider the expression given below. So that is 3x plus 2y is equal to 38. So in this particular expression, 3, 2 and 38 are known as constants. But x and y here are called the variables. Right? So this is what is called a constant. Now, C programming support different types of constants. Means whenever we are writing programs, we can store the constant inside our variables, or we can specify the constant directly into our program. Now, what are the different type of constants C programming is providing us? Let us discuss that one. So generally, C programming constants are divided into two basic categories. One is called your numeric constant, and second one is called your character constants. So the numeric constants can be represented in the form of integer, or it may be represented in the form of real. Similarly, the character constant, we can represent the character constant as a single character, or we can use multiple characters. In C, those multiple character constant is sometimes called strings. Means not sometimes called, it is called strings. Okay, so these are the different type of constant that can be represented in your C language, or C language provides or supports these four type of constants. So let us understand each constant independently, and whenever we are trying to represent these constants in our memory, in our program, how do we should represent those constant in our program? So let us understand it. So the first constant that we are going to discuss is your integer constant. Integer constants are nothing but that those are called the whole numbers, and it does not contain or without a decimal point. So any number you are writing without a decimal point, then those are called the integer constant. In your mathematics class, you might have gone through your Z set. So Z set is generally represented like this in your mathematics. So this Z set is actually representing the integer set, right? So what is the integer constant? Whenever you are writing any integer constant, how do you represent in your program? So whenever you are typing any integer constant in your program, then an integer constant must have at least 1 digits. Okay, then it must not have a decimal point, that I have already told you, and it could be either positive or negative. That means integer constant can take two forms, either it will be positive or it will be negative. If we are not specifying any sign, that means either we will not specify plus or minus, then by default that particular number is assumed to be a positive. Okay, so whenever you are writing any integer constant or a number you are trying to specify or to store inside a variable, you should not give any space between the numbers. Like if you want to represent 435, you should not write like this, 4 then space then 35. Then this is treated as two different numbers, and there is no means we cannot write the constants like this. Okay, so these rules must be followed whenever you are using a integer constant in your program. So some examples I have given over here, like 435, 76, you can specifically write plus 98, minus 43, 789. So these are the examples that representing a integer constant. Now the next part is your real constant. So what is a real constant? The real constants are nothing but that is called the floating point numbers, or we can say these are called floating point constants. And obviously whenever we are writing a floating point number, we should specify with a decimal point. So that means these numbers generally contains a decimal point in it, but it is not mandatory to put decimal points, because there are two forms to represent a real constant. One form is called your fractional form and second one is called exponential form. So let's discuss one by one. First of all, let us discuss about the fractional form. Fractional form we are using in our day-to-day life, like a real constant, something like this. The examples I have given so that you can familiar with the fractional numbers. Then I will discuss these rules. So how can we represent a fractional number? We can represent it 324.56, 568.9, 32.4, 748.00. So these are called the fractional form. So whenever you are writing any constant something like this, then it is represented as fractional form. Okay, so whenever you are writing these values to store inside a program, or you are directly supplying it to a program, or you want to store inside a variable, then you should follow these rules. So what are the rules? A real constant must have at least one digit. Obviously it must have a decimal point. I'm sorry, so it must have a decimal point. So you have to represent the number with a decimal point. It could be either positive or negative, and obviously if you are not mentioning any symbol or any sign, then it is default sign will be positive. And the final one is no comma or black spaces are allowed within a real constant. So you have to follow these rules whenever you are writing or using a real constant in your program. Now the second form that a real constant can be represented are called exponential form. This is sometimes called your scientific notations. So I have talked about scientific notation in the previous class itself. So those who don't know about what is scientific notation, you can go to the previous video and you will find there how to represent a number in scientific form. So generally whenever you are talking about exponential form, there are two parts in your number representation. The number appear before e, that is called our mantissa, and that number that follows e is called the exponent. So in this particular case, this is an example over here I am giving, like plus 3.2 e minus 5. So here 3.2 is treated as your mantissa and minus 5 is treated as your exponent. So the mantissa part and the exponent part must be separated by a letter e, or capital E or small e. So whichever e you can use, that is not a problem. The third point is mantissa part must have positive or negative sign. Obviously if you don't specify any sign, then it is obviously positive. The exponent must have at least one digit, which must be positive or negative integers, and the default sign is positive. So whenever you are representing any scientific notation or you are using any number in scientific form, then you should specify the number something like this. So I have given some examples over here. From this example you can understand that what the number represents. But still if you are not able to understand what the form is actually representing, I am recommending you just go to the previous video and watch that scientific notation representation. So these real constants are also supported by your C programming language. And the next one is your character constant. So obviously character constant, this part also I have already discussed, but for the sake of completeness of this constant part, so I have included all these things. So a character constant is either a single alphabet, digit or symbol enclosed within a pair of single quotes. So here I am giving some examples, like A enclosed within single quote is a character constant. I have included 5 is a number, but still as I have included with a single quote, these are called as character constant. Similarly a symbol I have used where I have used a single quotes, then this is also a character constant. So every character constant whenever you are going to use inside your program, you must include inside a single quote, then only it will representing a character constant. So the maximum length of a character constant can be one character. You cannot specify more than one character, something like this. Let's say I will write A, B, then single quote. So this is not possible in C programming. So whenever you want to specify any character constant in your C programming language, then you should write the character within a single quote. So character constant have an integer value known as ASCII value. ASCII means American Standard Code for Information Interchange. So this is a representation style, means whenever any character is actually represented inside the memory, it follows some standard. So that one standard is called your ASCII. So ASCII is a character representation standard, or we can say code for representing characters. So ASCII is generally representing a number. That number, every character is represented by that particular number. Okay, so to know more about how to represent, means what are the character means what are the ASCII symbols of different characters, you can watch the previous one, means where discussed about character data type. So you can go and watch that particular video, you can understand what is ASCII value of different character symbols. So this is all about your character constant, and the final one is your string constant. A string constant is a sequence of character enclosed within double quote. So anything which is enclosed within a double quote, then those are called the string constant. So here I am representing some examples over here, like program inside double quote. So this is called a string object. So similarly, if you enclosed numbers also in between between two double quotes, then this is called also a string. So everything which are represented within double quotes are known as the strings. So many times we are using this string in our program, and where do we are using this string, that you will able to know whenever we are going to write some programs over there. So that's all. We have covered all the constants that is used in C programming language. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.